working? Hello? Hey, what's going on, guys? Heads here from Infinity Loops, and welcome back. Today, we take a look at Caddx's first drone, the GoFilm 20. The GoFilm 20 is a 2-inch 4S Cinewhoop. It comes with the Walksnail Moonlight kit, and that has the ability to film on board at 4K 60. It also has EIS, or Electronic Image Stabilization, that you can use when shooting in 2.7. The Moonlight camera is a 160-degree field of view, and they have it mounted in this build on a nice TPU arm that kind of extends out from the top plate of the build, and that helps to kill some of the vibrations. And really, I didn't notice any of the footage you saw in the beginning, and for the rest of this review I'm going to keep the stabilization off so that you can see more so how the build flies and not so much how the camera records, because the camera recording, there's tons of videos on the Moonlight kit. It's been out for several months. However, the GoFilm is fairly new, and I just want to see how that flies itself as a quadcopter as opposed to the Cinewhoop recording factors on board. You know how the Moonlight kit works. It's a very nice picture. All this footage you see will be unedited. It's just going to be chopped up in the editor. No filters, no stabilization, none of that. Tucked away nicely in the top of the build is the Super F405 HD. That comes equipped with Express LRS and ICM gyro and ESCs that are 20 amp and can go anywhere from 2 to 4S. The motors on this build are the Caddx 1303 6000 kV, and they are spinning the 2-inch tri-blade HQ propellers. For this review today, we will only be flying it on the 4S 650 milliamp Tattoo batteries. These are XT30, and these individual batteries that I'm flying today are very old, just to let you know. These have been with me for I want to say 2 years now, and I've used them quite a bit. So these are a little tired. You might actually be able to get better flight times out of newer batteries, but I am happy to report that even with these older batteries, I was still able to get around 6.5 minute flight time, and that's cruising, just doing some cinematic flights. This bind and fly will cost you $399 currently when looking at GetFPV's website or from Caddx Direct. Now that's enough yapping out of me. Let's get into some of that sweet 4K 60 frame footage. I am only going to be doing flights in 4K with the 60 frames. I think if I do any other ones, I'll leave a label at the bottom of the screen so you can tell what I'm flying in. But the electronic image stabilization, that's all neat and stuff, but I really want you to see how the build itself flies, and with stabilization on, I feel like you might not see some of those little micro wobbles and things that might be in the tune or the way that the build moves. So we'll do it all just raw so you can see how it looks. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I also took it out for a little freestyling, as you could see, and it'll freestyle. It's not, it's not a freestyle quad per se, but it'll still freestyle. You can still rip around with it and get some power loops and some trippy spins. It'll do all the fun little tricks. The tune on this, I have to say, is pretty solid. It's not perfect. There is a little room for improvement, but it's also a Cinewhoop, and it kind of handles like a dump truck. You don't expect these to just be carving perfectly through the air like some of our other builds. This isn't exactly the best aerodynamics you could ask for. Now, for what it is, I'm sure the aerodynamics are pretty good and they're thought about, but with freestyle quads, you're not really gonna use this for that. You may notice that the lens here in the front has a bit of a wink. I'm not sure how that happened. But anyways, the show must go on. Even with that big blemish on the lens, it still has not ruined the picture quality at all. Everything else still looks really good on it. Still looks the way that it did when I got it. So I guess I was lucky on that one. I have to say that the build overall, just looking at it, is very clean. There's not a whole lot of wires hanging out or anything you can really see. It's all very well put together, and the wire organization is nice. I really do appreciate a clean bind and fly. I did want to mention how much I really do appreciate the TPU bits and bobs that they have created for this frame, starting at the camera mount in the front that offers some dampening when you're flying, but all the way back to the plug and antenna holder in the back here. I'll put up a nice HD picture so you can see what I'm talking about. But your VTX antennas, which are stubby, as well as your ELRS antenna, are all nice and neat organized in the back of the build, along with the XT30 plug, which is also hard mounted in there. It just makes it just clean. I don't know, there's something about it just looks way cleaner like that, just to have everything nice and organized for you. And as far as Walksnail is concerned, not factoring in any of the other video systems out there, I think this is probably the best I've seen executed for a Walksnail build, bind and fly. All of the night shots that you saw in this video were all done around like 8:39 p.m. my time, Eastern time, so it's pretty dark out. In the goggles, it's even brighter than the 4K footage that you're seeing, so I tried to include some of those shots synced up for you in the edit there, just so you could see it is way brighter in the goggles compared to what it's actually recording at. But the camera actually did a really good job, I think, for as late as it was at night, still being able to get some light into the shot and be able to make out what I was looking at. So if you're the type to be flying the Walksnail system already, and you've been looking for that bind and fly that'll just handle some of those indoor dim lit shots, even some outdoor stuff, tame stuff, nothing too crazy, I would give the GoFilm 20 a serious consideration. Finally, I want to thank Caddx for sending this out and giving us a chance to take a look at it. I really am impressed with the craftsmanship on this one, and I'm excited to see some of your other bind and flies. Hopefully this isn't a one and done for you guys. I hope to see more in the future. I, however, am not so much of a Cinewhoop aficionado, so I would love to hear your comments on this build in the comment section down below. Speaking of down below, I will also leave a link in the description down below where you can pick one of these up if you were interested. I will include a few of those links. I saw it available in a few different places, so I'll make sure to add those, and just know all of the links that I'm including down below are not affiliate links, and we have no affiliation with any of the sites that it's available at or the company Caddx in general. And that will do it for the GoFilm 20. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We really do appreciate it, and we will see you in the next one.
Ooh, ooh.